What's up, guys? You're probably here today because you're looking for something to help you with your social media, make it a lot easier, make it more convenient. SocialBee is the king of convenience. I can absolutely attest to that. It's 100% the best social media management app out there. I'm going to tell you why I've been with them for the last 3 years, why I would never consider going anywhere else, and why I was one of the first to jump on the platform. More about that later, actually. Um, you can see on your screen actually the things that I'm going to be talking about, and the first one, one of the most important things I think to focus on with any company that I decided to work with is customer service and the brand. Yeah, let's jump straight into it. I'm going to tell you all about it, tell you about my experiences with them, and why they're such a fantastic brand. Sweet. All right, guys. So when I talk about the brand, you'll know what I mean about a brand. It's the way a company represents themselves. And I honestly like SocialBee is one of the best I've ever seen at representing themselves as a brand. They are absolutely fantastic at it. Things they do to prove that they're a conscientious company and do things in the right way is absolutely fantastic. All my dealings with them have been brilliant. So let me give you some examples of how they represent themselves. The first one on this page you can see, you can try it for free. You can do, I mean, this is very simple. A lot of companies do it, but they've still got it, and they've got it for a good amount of time as well, 14 days, good trial. You can also book a demo. Now, my demo was with the founder at the time. Well, not the founder at the time, he's still the founder. Ovi, his name's Ovi. He's a really, really top guy, absolute legend, really. And he just showed me through everything, really calmed my fears in terms of how difficult it was going to be to use. So I really recommend, if you're thinking about using it, go for a demo. And I mean, even if you're not sure about it yet, I'm going to explain all the features, but go and book a demo and see, just see for yourself how it works and all that from people that actually know, from the social media specialists that work at SocialBee. Moving on, they're thought leaders. They really know what they're talking about. They've brought out numerous different publications talking about social media marketing, how it should work and how it should social media marketing as it should be. Nice pun there. This one here is copywriting for social media. It's one of their most recent. I've downloaded it. It's about 150 pages. Absolutely brilliant. You can download it for free. They might sell it in the future, so it's time to get on it now. I'll include the link in the description of this video so you can check it out for yourselves. Totally free to download, and well worth it. But this is all about talking about their brand and how they represent themselves. So they're trying to show that they're thought leaders, that they understand what they're talking about, and trust me, guys, they 100% do. Moving on to the next thing. Look at who they're trusted by. And again, I know most companies put things like this on their homepage to show who's using it, but you can see here, I mean, the numbers don't lie. 1 million plus status updates. That's 5,000 plus platform customers. That's 5,000 different people and companies using the platform, and it's only increasing. So how can you can't defy those numbers? It's impossible to defy. They've got 300 plus concierge customers. More on concierge services later on. Pretty hard word to say. Concierge services later on. But yeah, 300 plus, that's a lot of people using. Well, just think about how much time that takes. You'll understand later on when I explain, but think about how long that takes and how much time and effort SocialBee workers, employees need to put in to actually make it work for their customers. So to spend that amount of time on social media would automatically guarantee that you're going to become an expert. You can't not become an expert when you're using it for that amount of time. Moving on. Little email here from Ovi himself, talking about the decrease in SocialBee pricing. It's, for me, it's very simple. As a company does well, what do they normally do? On the whole, you see them increasing prices. Netflix have increased prices recently. You would think they're doing pretty well, right? There's a whole bunch of reasons for that. I'm not singling out Netflix, but on the whole, companies increase their prices as they're doing better. SocialBee have gone the opposite way. That's just not the way most businesses do things. It just shows you how SocialBee thinks. It talks about their brand and their whole ethos. They're not just in it for the money. They're really here to actually help people, you know. Moving on to the next thing. Ovi, the founder, has just started a new position as mentor at Founder Institute. You can see that was 1 week ago. Massive deal, really. and they don't just pick anyone. I've been to a few of their seminars. They don't just pick anyone. They pick people that can really impart some value. They're one of the world's top. Well, you see here, the Founder Institute is the world's premier pre-seed startup accelerator, having helped launch over 3,500 companies across 180 cities and 6 continents. Top-notch company, top-notch whole program helping startups, and Ovi's there presumably to talk about how he started his own startup and help others increase their engagement and success on social media too. So that's a big deal. It's another proof of the brand and how they think and what they're trying to do. He's giving back to the entrepreneurial community, the startup community, so they deserve great plaudits for that. Moving on. Oh yeah, so I did tell you at the start that I've used them like pretty much since day one. I assume I was close to being one of their first customers, and you can see here in terms of social profiles, I've currently have 12 connected social profiles out of 12 as part of my Accelerate license. So at the start, I had obviously I got the Accelerate license, but it wasn't. It's only for 10 accounts normally. So at the start, he brought me on, and I just really needed help. I really needed someone to give me a little bit more because I had a couple of clients that I was working with too. I'm a marketer for everyone who doesn't know, so social media expertise normally. So you can find me Bobby_Redding everywhere, Instagram, Twitter mainly. But yeah, it's another example of customer service and how they go about things. I was only allowed 10. I couldn't afford the one up. So I wanted the Accelerate license, talked to Ovi, bang, he let me have 12 in the Accelerate. So big kudos to him for that one. And yeah, here's another thing here. They really want you they really want their customers. I mean, who do you ask? Who do you ask when you're building out your product for ideas on how to improve it in the future? It has to be your customers. It has to be your current customers who have the problem that you're seeking to solve, and also have knowledge of your current product and how it could be improved. And SocialBee are all up for you, giving them pointers and giving some ideas on how it can be improved. They give you the product roadmap here, and you can influence it. They want you to give your ideas and suggestions. They take customer feedback very seriously. I can 100% attest to that too. I've spoken to Ovi on numerous occasions on ideas on how to improve the platform. He's taken them on board, and very, very quickly, considering they're a small startup and they can't have a crazy amount of people working for them. Very, very quickly, they're straight on it, and you can see it on the platform straight away. If it's a good enough idea and makes sense, they'll get it sorted for you straight away. So yeah, and moving to the last one, guys. It's always very telling when a company is happy to talk about their competitors, and not in a nasty way. I just mean in a way whereby they're stacking up against their competitors and showing what they've got in comparison to what they've got to what their competitors have got. Sorry, and SocialBee do that, and they're really not afraid to stack up against their competitors. How is SocialBee better? They're happy to tell you, and they do so on their homepage very clearly. They give you social media management tool alternatives. And I personally have used Meet Edgar, Hootsuite, Buffer, and Social Jukebox. You may have used some others of these as well. So let me know in the comments, guys, which ones you've used and how you think they stack up, and what you think they're missing. But I've used these four. I'm going to click into Hootsuite as an example, just so we can see what sort of things they talk about. Yes, they talk about everything you've got there. You constantly have to add new posts for Hootsuite. You only get to use your post once and then they disappear. SocialBee has got a whole recycling thing going on. I'll get into that later in the other features when I talk about them. Saves you a lot of hours. Has the grow and automatic engage functionalities, which I'm also going to talk about. And it talks about most of this against all of their competitors, and they're just not afraid, really. It speaks to their brand. They're not afraid to talk about all the different things they've got in comparison to their competitors. And that's because they know they care a lot about their customers. I'm not saying they care more about their customers than other competitors, but they've certainly got the capabilities to listen to their customers and bring forth changes that are going to help them in their individual endeavours. So yeah, that's enough talking about the customer service and the brand of SocialBee. It's a top-notch brand, top-notch customer service. I can't speak to it highly enough. And yeah, let's go and talk about some of the features because that's what you guys are probably going to be most interested in. So now we're going to really jump into the meat of why social media is the best social media management out there. We're going to talk about every single feature they've got, starting with their categories and how it's so good for social media planning and recycling. As you can see on the screen, that's what we're going for next, and it's yeah, it really is something to behold. It's so simple, so seamless. So yeah, let's jump in and talk about it. So as I said at the start, guys, SocialBee is all about making your life more convenient as a social media marketer, or as anyone who wants to post on social media. And the way they do that is by using categories, which sorts your social media posts into groups. So, for example, I've got here. Let's go for MCC quotes. My Club Connect is a company I'm working on at the moment. It's a nightclub events app, and we've got lots of different quotes and stuff that we talk about. Where we say, partying's awesome because of this or that, right? And I've got existing posts 621. So I mean, it's almost 2 years worth of posts if you post every day. And no one's going to see that more than once. No one's going to remember that they've seen it 2 years down the line. And it's all stuff that's never going to become not useful. I can't go into the category because obviously confidentiality reasons, but to see the posts and stuff. But it's just an amazing way of organising your posts and recycling your content. Because at the end of the day, if you've got content that you want to use more than once, it's very difficult to manage that. There is no way of managing that through Buffer or Hootsuite. It's always gonna end up. You always have to schedule ahead of time, as opposed to put it in a group of posts that get scheduled and then get sent out on a regular basis. So I'll take you through the whole sort of way this works. You put a post into a category. Once you put a post into category, you can then schedule. So let's, for example, go into the My Club Connect one, as I was talking about. So you would then schedule the category to go out at a certain time, which means that, so for example, if we've got one going out on Monday at 4 p.m., then it takes a post that's at the top of the list from MCC Quotes, and it sends it out at 4 o'clock. And then on Tuesday, it takes the one after the one that we've already sent out and sends that one out as well. So the one we send out on Monday then goes to the bottom of the list and only comes out again once all the posts have been sent in that category. So it's a recycling. It's a social media recycler's heaven. I should use that. It's quite a good little tagline. So there's also a way of sending it out so that you don't exactly have to actually create the content yourself. You can just decide where you would like content to be coming from to channel onto your feed. So, for example, you could create an RSS feed. So you would go into here, you would add an RSS, you'd find the RSS URL. There are numerous ways of doing that. I won't get into that here. So you pick the social profile that you want to share on. You select which category those are going to go in, so that your schedule that you've already set that category on will continue. And then once you've done that, you put your RSS URL in there. You can append text, so you can put some text at the end of it. So an important hashtag that you know will feed into the people that you want to see will see it. Then you can put that in as well if you want. Add post as approved just means that they'll go into the correct, so they'll actually be sent out rather than just sitting there waiting for you to approve them. And then there's some advanced settings as well, which is quite useful. You can trim the text for Twitter. You can add as an image if you want to. So there's a number of things you can do, but I'm not going to go into the crazy amounts of stuff that you can do right now on the category side. Suffice to say that the whole point of SocialBee is convenience. Is setting your stuff up in categories so that it can go out on a regular basis. No one will know the difference. It's still good content. You're not cheating anyone, and it's a way of making your life easier as a social media marketer. Alright, so we've had a look at categories, social media planning and recycling, and how that can save you tons and tons of time. We're now going to have a quick look at some of the other features that they've got and the integrations with other platforms, other companies that make your life even easier. And just social, as I say, SocialBee is the convenience king. So it's making your life more convenient too. So guys, yeah, so we're talking about the extensions now and the all the different features that we've got, all the integrations, etc. I don't want to go crazy into it because, as I said at the start, you can book a demo with the social media specialists at SocialBee. But I'll quickly bring you through them to entice you to actually do the demo. For example, you can use Pocket. So I don't know how many of you've got Pocket. Pocket basically is an app on desktop and mobile that allows you to save an article for later, save a YouTube video for later, save any number of URLs for later, basically. So you can either watch them or do whatever you want to do with them. With SocialBee, they've got an integration together whereby you can add a pocket, so add something from your Pocket account, and put it straight into a category to then go out on whatever platform that category is connected to. And you can also, obviously, then you've also got it scheduled, as I showed you before. So it's a no-brainer to use a tool like this. You find an article, you find a brilliant URL, you save it in Pocket, and then you can use it later and put it into a category. There's also you can import links. So if you've got a bunch of links that you want to create RSS feeds for, RSS URLs for, to go out in certain places and certain times, you can do that. If you've got all your content in a CSV, you can also import it like that. They'll give you the structure of the file that you need to, so like the headings and where you've got to put everything. They make it all easy for you. If you've got some media that you want to import straight into a category, you can do that as well. Zapier, I don't know if you've heard of Zapier. Zapier is one of the easiest ways to automate your work. It's just a bunch of plugins basically and integrations with a lot of different tools that make your life easier, make your life more convenient. And SocialBee, again, I'm saying it, makes is the king of convenience, and connects with Zapier to make your life even easier. So you can add a new image to a Dropbox folder, for example. You can, when a new product's hot on Product Hunt, create a post straight away, and all this stuff is done absolutely automatically. Goes into the category you want and goes out whenever you want. Makes it so much easier. And SocialBee are adding new integrations like every day, all the time. They're looking to do new things. I hear they're looking at bringing out a mobile app very, very soon. So that's another thing to look forward to. And they've also got a browser extension. So they've got an extension that you can use on Chrome, Firefox. Safari's coming soon, and IE. Really, yeah, it's a good point. Yes, if you found an amazing article, as I say down below, or when you've just published a blog post, you just click on the extension and add it directly on the page, so you can put it straight onto your category. There's a video here that explains how to do it, and yeah, it just makes it so much easier. I mean, they've got social media convenience down to a T. There's no better way of saying it than that. So now moving on to the fourth aspect of what we're talking about, why social media is the best social management app. We're going to talk about the growth features that are built into SocialBee. These are mainly just for Twitter, but they're incredibly useful, incredibly powerful, and they allow you to find exactly who you want to target, who you want to follow, and who you want to engage with, based on a number of factors, including keywords, user searches, and much more. So let's jump right into it. So guys, these growth features, they're incredibly powerful, and the way they work is by going to the first one you can try is going to the user search. I'm not going to do a massive demo again. This is just to entice you to book a demo. They're a better place to explain all these features to you. I'm just a big fan. You go into your user search. You'd search for a specific user. These are some searches that I've done before. You'd find a specific user, and then you would find their followers based on that. You can do some filters as well: location, last tweeted, for example, keywords in their bio, etc. You'd search that, and then once it comes up, so let's do, for example, let's just click one of them. See, we found all the people that have got founder as a keyword. as a keyword, yeah. So you can then follow these people. You'd follow them down here, follow. And after you've done all the following, because as we know, following is one of the most useful ways to get a follow back. That's not all. Obviously, we're going to go into the engagement features afterwards, but it's still very useful as it's a way of finding the right people to follow and target. And then once you found them, once you followed them, you go into your dashboard, and you can see how many people aren't following you, who you've followed, and who you've unfollowed. You get a good little visualization there. So that's all good. You can also copy followers for a specific user account. So say you wanted to find the followers for Social Media Examiner, for example, someone big who with loads of followers and loads of people that are interested in marketing. You could find them on there. You can do it based on a specific keyword search. So stuff that's actually keywords in their bios, etc., or things that they've used in their tweets. Yeah, I think that one's specifically for words that have been used in their tweets. You can upload followers if you actually know all the handles already. You can do that, and then you can also, with the non-followers, so people that aren't following you, if they haven't, we'll have a quick look at that so you can see what that looks like. So if people haven't followed you for a certain amount of time, like I've got some people here 2 years ago that followed me 2 years ago and now they're not following me, then you can unfollow them, and it makes sense to do so, really, because they're not adding anything to your score, to your engagement rates, and you want those to be as high as possible. So the growth features are quite well, not quite, they're very, very useful. And then because they've got all the engage features afterwards that help you engage with the people that have just followed you, it becomes an incredibly powerful tool to actually build a relationship with those people that have just followed you. And again, you can whitelist people so that you never unfollow them or anything like that, and so you can always see their content, and you can blacklist people as well. Yeah, so I won't go into the auto follow yet. That's going to go more into the concierge services, which I'm going to talk about last. But needless to say, the growth features make it very easy to find the people that you want to follow and the people you want to engage with. So now I bet you're dying to see, after seeing all those growth features, I bet you're dying to see the engagement features, which are going to show you exactly how advanced you can get and how clever you can be when you're talking to those new followers that you've got through the powerful growth features. So yeah, engagement features coming up. Alright guys, so yeah, you've used the growth features. You've used the growth features to find the users that you want to target. You've followed them. They've followed back. Now what? That's where we go to the engagement features. So the engagement features we've got, you can do the default mentions. So as soon as someone follows you, you can send an automatic message on your profile that says whatever you want it to. So you can do that for direct messages and direct tweets. So the way you would do that is, so for example, you go on the default mentions, it would automatically add the user handle of the person that you of the account that you're applying to, and then you can write your message, and it's up to you. You know, use your imagination. Say, thanks for following, blah blah blah. You know, it's completely up to you. But this is a default, so that would go out to everyone. Obviously, down here you can use the variables to make your tweets dynamic: first name, username, location, etc., etc. All very useful stuff. It's pretty much the same process for direct messages. So it would be a DM rather than a tweet. The interesting side of this and the really powerful side of it comes from the targeted mentions and the targeted direct messages. So if we look at, for example, My Club Connects, I've already told you about. We'll look at the targeted mentions. So for example, if we've got a clubber from Nottingham, for example, so if we follow someone who's a clubber in Nottingham, and the way we determine that is by their location contains Nottingham, because we'd have already followed them using the growth features through using different keywords and stuff that says that they're a clubber. So if they're a clubber and they've come from Nottingham, they'll go into this category, and we'll send them upon follow one of these messages. How you followed us, which means you'll have a party. With My Club Connect, the struggle to find nightclub events in Nottingham or elsewhere is no more. It's free, tons of features, and it's bloody good search now. So that would be one of the things that goes straight to them. They would see this, and it would be an engage. It would start a conversation. I mean, the world is your oyster with the engagement features that SocialBee offers. You can decide to. I mean, it's completely up to your imagination. That's the power of it. You The growth features enable you to follow whoever you need to follow, whoever you should be following, and the engagement features make sure that you start engaging with them and building a relationship, which then ultimately leads to a sale, a visit on your web page, or to just to push them further down the sales funnel in some sort of way, or do whatever you want them to do, whatever action you want them to take. But from social media, it has to be engagement. It has to be built. You have to build a relationship first. Otherwise, you can't just sell to someone on social media. It just doesn't work. Never has done. Never will. SocialBee is trying to bring back the social to social media. So we should all jump on board that train because their tools are so powerful. Anyway, so that's the engagement features. So now let's move to the concierge services. So the last thing I want to talk about today to explain why SocialBee is the best social media management app out there are the concierge services that they offer. Now SocialBee, not only do they have the best tool going, they also have employees that spend days and days and days and hours and all their time on social media using the SocialBee tool, but also gaining expertise in the social media platforms themselves. You'd struggle yourself not to be a social media expert if you spent that amount of time on them. So I'm going to go through the concierge services, show you what they offer, show you how they can help you succeed on social media and do the right things, and really use the SocialBee tools to their maximum capabilities. So when we say concierge services, SocialBee mean that they'll get their employees to actually help you out on social media and do the things that you need to be done that maybe you struggle to do or don't have the time to do, etc., etc. It's a known secret in social media that to succeed, you have to engage more and you have to do it more often, and it has to be good engagement. Some people get afraid when they see a tool like this. They think, oh, it's a bot and it's doing things automatically, and that's what that means it's bad. It's a dirty little secret in social media that everyone who succeeds on it is either incredibly lucky or they automate some things, and it's not bad. It's not fake followers, not fake likes. It's basically, I mean, SocialBee accentuates the good practices in social media, i.e., engaging properly, following the right people, building a relationship with the people that follow them, and engaging and just doing it more often with higher quality and saving time. It's impossible to succeed really unless you actually try and automate some of these things. It's just not going to happen for you. It's too difficult. Anyway, concierge services. Let's have a quick look at them. Again, just go on the demo, have a demo, and ask around and see and ask specifically questions around it if you'd like to find out more about it. Exactly what they can do for you. So you can make it simple so that they'll do the actual finding the content for you and putting it into categories and posting it across different platforms. They'll do one per day. Don't worry about the prices. It pays itself 100 times over, to be honest, per month. That's absolutely nothing compared to what you're going to get from it. You're going to get leads, you're going to get sales, 100%. You can do the social media where they do 2 posts per day, specific about finding content. That's another problem that people find is actually finding the content to use. Like, how do you find it? It's difficult to make it, to create it. Maybe you don't have the design skills, etc., etc. SocialBee helps you out with that. Twitter growth. This is one of my favourites on the concierge service. Very cheap at $49 per month, and essentially they'll do the following and unfollowing the relevant Twitter accounts for you. Still, you tell them what your search criteria needs to be for the growth features that I showed you, and on the engagement side, that's sorted automatically, and they'll just do the following and unfollowing for you so that your engagement rate's always sky high. That's just an absolute. I love this one. That's one of my favourite ones. If you want some help on Instagram, They can do that for you as well. They can help you on LinkedIn Drip, two-step message series. That's a very good way of doing things too. Specialist one. There's loads of them. Look at this, it's crazy amounts of stuff that they've got here for you. Yeah, they can do articles, etc., as well. Content marketing roadmap. Um, Crazy amounts. They're all about customer service. All about helping you. They're all about their brand. They're all about making sure. They're all about making sure that every single person who uses social media succeeds. Sorry, everyone who uses SocialBee succeeds. And that's why I love them so much, to be honest. So yeah. So guys, that's basically that's basically it from me. In terms of SocialBee, the whole point of this video is to encourage you to go and. I mean, the only reason I'm doing this is because I think they're so brilliant. They just deserve to be shouted out. They've got all the features there. They're all for the customer. Their brand is brilliant. Their tools are unparalleled across competitors. So just book a demo. Book a demo. It's in the links in the description of the video. Book the demo. Go and ask around. Ask the specialist. You know, how do I do this? How do I do that? How does it actually work? Go on the free trial. You've got 14 days free. Why not just see out what it can do for you? It's going to save you so much time. Content recycling. Go and enjoy it, guys. My favourite tool on social media, and it's 5,000 other people's favourite tools too. Okay, take care, guys. Cheers. Bye bye.